The pick and roll. It's the foundation of most NBA offenses, but few teams, if any, run it better than the Phoenix Suns. It all starts with Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire, two guys whose skills are perfectly suited to executing great pick and roll sets. What are those skills specifically? For Nash, it's his ball handling and ability to pass in traffic. Meanwhile, Stoudemire is incredibly agile, has soft hands, and is one of the game's most explosive finishers. The majority of the Suns' pick and rolls occur with Nash and Stoudemire in the middle of the floor. On this possession, Nash is able to work his way into the paint and launch one of those off-balance leaners with just the right touch. Now, here's Amari at work on the roll. He slips the screen and builds up a head of steam. Then Nash hits him on the move with a bounce pass between the two defenders. Basketball perfection. The Suns run slight variations of this middle pick and roll. Sometimes three shooters are spread out along the perimeter, and this gives Nash a bunch of options if the defense collapses on him. That kick out to Barbosa was instant gratification, but sometimes you can play really solid defense for most of a possession and still get burned by the fallout from the pick and roll. The Spurs have done a solid job here of packing the paint against both Nash and Stoudemire. Tony Parker's staying home on Grant Hill, and Nash doesn't have the best of angles to reach Jason Richardson or Channing Frye. Nash is able to get the ball over to Richardson on the wing, but Richard Jefferson closes promptly. The Spurs have only so many bodies on the floor, and that packed-in defense, it can't reach an open Frye quickly enough. Speaking of Channing Frye, really smart acquisition by the Suns. This pick and pop with Nash helped Frye drain 172 shots from beyond the arc this season. Nash will also vary the middle screen and roll with Stoudemire as a pick and pop. Watch how Amari sort of trails the play, lingering behind the scrum that's converging on Nash. This gets Stoudemire a wide open look at the top of the circle. We've seen a couple of sets where Phoenix has three shooters spread along the perimeter, but often they'll keep another body down low, and in this set, Grant Hill moves from the weak side to the ball side block, where Nash hits him with a pass. Hill is now situated at a perfect spot on the floor. He can deliver a little pass to a diving Stoudemire, or he can find any of the three shooters, Dudley, Nash, or Richardson. Because Manu Ginobili is cheating, Richardson is Hill's easiest target, and J. Rich drains the wide-open three. Here's yet another variation of this set. But this time, Nash hits Stoudemire with the pass, then Amari sends the ball immediately to a diving Hill for a layup. Most of the Suns' pick and rolls occur at the top of the floor, but they'll also run a good number of them at an angle, and this does a couple of things. First, Nash is a nightmare to defend when he's driving along the baseline. Here he kisses the ball off the glass at close range. Take away the baseline, you say? Well, then Nash will burn you with his left-handed sling pass. See if you can guess which of the Suns' three perimeter options Nash will find through traffic. The nominees are Frye, Richardson, or Hill. If you said Richardson, you win something. He gets fouled behind the line by Ginobili and earns 3 attempts at the stripe. Here's virtually the exact same setup, but here Nash finds Richardson in the far corner with that left-handed pass. Splash. This angle pick and roll also works from the right side, often with baseline cutters meeting Nash at the basket. Here Dudley sneaks behind the Spurs defense and collects the bounce pass from Nash. It's not just Steve Nash exacting all the damage. Phoenix has a good second unit, and its quick guards, Goran Dragic and Leandro Barbosa, they're masters at finding mismatches with the pick and roll. Here's Barbosa breaking down Spurs big man DeJuan Blair after a little brush screen from Frye. Backs him out, then takes him in. Frye helps Dragic get the same mismatch against Blair with the same result. Back in the starting unit, Richardson loves to post up opposing point guards off the pick and roll. He wasn't able to do it all that successfully against the Spurs, but we should expect Richardson to try to exploit Derek Fisher in the conference finals. One of the things that makes the Suns so effective is their patience. Sometimes the pick and roll produces early results, but sometimes it takes a full possession to find a high percentage look. On this trip down court, the Suns will deploy 3 pick and rolls before they get what they want. It isn't until Stoudemire gives Nash a high screen up top with 6 left on the shot clock that Nash finds his open guy, Frye, who's lifted from the wing to the top of the arc. The Lakers are a tough defensive team with big men who can move their feet, and those big guys will have to if they want to avoid a 7-game shootout. Because if you let Nash and Stoudemire get into rhythm and the Suns shooters get hot, anything can happen.